That area was sketchy. A lot of traffic, not a lot of space. But your boy is an expert at not getting hit by cars. Those are not words I want to become ironic later. Hi, welcome to another episode of Walk America. If you're new around here, my name is Isaiah and I'm walking across America. Enjoy another episode. Back at it, day 426, walking down 46, which has a terrible shoulder. That's like one of the worst road situations possible. There's no shoulder, there's a curb, so I can't even get off into the grass, and it's right around a corner. It's just the sort of the trifecta of suck. But at least in this case, there's a light right around the edge, so there's brakes in the traffic, and that's what I'm doing right now. Also, it's 2 lanes, so there is somewhere for people to get over, technically, as long as the other lane isn't occupied at the time. But it's still pretty crappy. This road has alternated rapidly and with no warning between great shoulders, 5 to 8 feet across, and none with curbs. Curbs are the worst. If you want to get to the particularly beautiful places in the world, you have to take the back roads. I'll show you what I mean. For you, it might be pretty fast. That area was sketchy. A lot of traffic, not a lot of space. But your boy is an expert at not getting hit by cars. Those are not words I want to become ironic later. So I'm gonna work on that. Headed back down 46. My favorite cadence of things to see is a couple miles of countryside, then small little town. A couple miles of countryside, small little town. And I think until I get past the New York megalopolis area, that might not happen anymore. So it's all just sort of built up suburbs, and that's okay. If everything was exactly how you wanted it all the time, you'd never learn anything. One must struggle, and so it's fine. So we'll see how good I am at making non-ideal circumstances something enjoyable anyway, through the power of perspective and willpower and mindset and a lot of good things. Hey, I've been walking on 46 all day, which is fine, but it's, I don't know, it's just a lot of KFCs and Walmarts and CVS's. I really want to get back into the farms and the fields and The old stuff. No new stuff. So I'm gonna sit down for a second, see if there's a way I can't find a route that keeps me going on my way and gives me more of what I want. Selfish old guy. Yours truly. I want things to be the way I want them to be. I mean, we're all like that to a degree, I guess. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on myself. This is how exciting my day's been. Family of deer is pretty high up. Okay, so I think I've come up with a game plan. I don't think I'm gonna walk into like New York. What would probably be ideal is if I walked sort of staying right on the outskirts of the built-up part of New York and Newark area. And then I'm gonna cross into New York State. And if I want to go see New York City, I'll find somewhere I can leave my cart and either take a train into New York or something, walk around for a day or two, and then take the train back to where my cart is and resume walking from there. I like the sound of that. Because walking, especially with the cart in like this really, really big built up areas, is just not super fun. That's one way to do it. Time for a haircut. I found this land. It's 1,000 acres for sale. So I can sort of get back here so I can take my shirt off and not be scandalous. We ain't about that scandalous life. One of my cost-saving measures is I cut my own hair. I've had a pair of shears with me since the beginning. A pair of clippers. I just have to sort of dig them out. Given how rarely I use them, they're in the bottom of my cart in this bin that has like winter gear and stuff. So it's not always super fun to live in such a condensed space. Cutting my own hair is also the reason I have this mirror. Away we go. Wow, I look good. I'm also developing rashes. I don't know what that is. Hi. By crossing this sign, I'm leaving the township of Roxbury, so it looks like I'm not going to spend the night at the Roxbury. It's kind of a bummer. But I guess that's not set in stone. I could always ask this motel, excuse me, if I could camp behind it or something. But I've never done that before, so it's a low chance of me doing it now. Also, I'm listening to a song called Time. It's from the soundtrack to the movie Inception. It's very good. Give it a listen if you haven't yet, ever, because it's worth it. This is called stealth camping. So I found some power lines. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can barely see that tower. Anyway, and it's kind of like down below a hill, right off the road. You can probably still hear traffic. Anyway, but I don't know. Seemed good. I think my chances of being woken up are pretty low. My chances of it being like tick food is quite a bit higher. But I'll check before I go to sleep, and I'll check again when I wake up, and oh, And I've also got those little burr things all over my legs. That's not the end of the world. It's fine. The ground is flat mostly. You can see I'm kind of behind like a hill, which helps quite a bit. And I'm just stomping all these plants down. I don't think they're like plants that are like endemic to the area or like, you know, crucial to the survival of the ecosystem. I think they trim them periodically to keep the area under the power lines clear, so it's not like I'm damaging the environment. I care. I just need a flat-ish place to put my tent and hopefully not have a bunch of stuff rip up the bottom and then let all the ticks in. So that's the plan. I'm going to set up my tent and go to sleep soon. Yay! Hi. Someone gave me a flashlight. I don't know if you remember me complaining about that not too long ago. I didn't have a light. I crossed into New Jersey and this guy pulled over and he's like, hey, here's some Gatorade. I was like, thanks. And then he left. And then he came back and he goes, and here's a flashlight. And I was like, thanks. Then he left again. Good story, I know. Now I've got a light. So I've got my spot I'm camped in for the night. I'm under some power lines again. It's not great, but it works. And I'm trying to wrestle with Facebook so I can get monetized. Facebook has all these options they keep telling me about how to monetize my channel, like via them. But every time I try to apply to them, they're like, yeah, you're eligible, go ahead and apply. And they're like, looks like you need to create a Facebook page. They've been doing that for months. It's pretty disappointing. Because, I don't know, like Reels are a way I'm monetized, or I could be monetized on Facebook, like they'll pay you from. And I'm getting most of my traffic through Reels. And they're just, every time I go to like apply, I even got an email from Meta. It was like, you're eligible to apply for our Reels Play bonus program. And I go, great, apply now. And it takes me to like the Reels page and it says, you need to create a Facebook page. And then I go, okay, create a Facebook page. And like, you already have a Facebook page. It's very confusing. Meta, get your stuff together. I'm glad they're monetizing it somehow, but I'd like to participate somehow. I rambled way too long. Okay. Good night. Day 426. Still having a good time. It'd just be nice to have a good time. Make that cash for it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Good night. As in, it was a good night. I like how clearly you can see exactly where I laid down. Pretty good. All packed up. Back on the move. This rash on my forehead is getting worse. Content. Turns out there's a Dover, Delaware, and a Dover, New Jersey. Probably other ones too, actually. Welcome to Dover. Seems kind of nice. Nestled in the hills, which I quite like. It gives it a nice little feel to it. forecast says it's not supposed to rain until like 9. Maybe it's just gonna pass right to the left of me. Fingers crossed. Alright, leaving Dover. Now I'm in Rockaway. They sure have a lot of names for municipalities. Boroughs, townships, towns, cities. I feel like some consolidation could happen and it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Skies don't look very friendly, but it still says it's not supposed to rain until 9. But it's been wrong before. Bear collision experts, as in the experts at colliding with bears, repairing their car after you collided with a bear. Was it totally unrelated? Mysteries. Smart. Also, I've seen some very understated police cars. That is not one of them. America. Welcome to Denville. Seems nice. And the weather's great. It's not very Denville specific, but that'll edit that off. Okie dokie. It's supposed to rain tonight. So, someone here in Denville reached out and they're like, hey, please stay with us. So I said, okay. It happened to work out pretty well. So I'm on my way there. Should be there in about 20 minutes. Very exciting stuff. I think a little bit of it lulled me into a false sense of security. Like, I got a spot. No need to rush. And now it's dark, and I'm still like 20 minutes away. I mean, it's not that bad, but I think they kind of live on like a back road, so probably whip out my flashlight, just in case. Well, that helps you see my face, but it blinds me to the road. Man, we're really in the backwoods now. The good thing is, though, I think this town really cares about being like pedestrian friendly. Even on these like backwoods roads. The roads have shoulders. That's pretty good and pretty rare. But this town has had a sterling reputation from me. I just give them a glowing review on their walkability score. It's I'm going up a steep hill, or at least I was. Anyway, I'm going to get there, and then I'll record more stuff maybe. I think this is it. And it's raining outside. Perfect timing. Thank you, Adrienne and Ben, her husband, for letting me stay here and inviting me to stay here. Good people.